the name of the chapter in Sanskrit, and then the number of the chapter. So we can get started then. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we start the chapter by saying, Ataha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Panchamadhyayaha. So Pancha means fifth. And then the name of the chapter is Sannyasa Yogaha. So how you would say that together would be Ataha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Panchamadhyayaha Sannyasa Yogaha. So the first verse is spoken by Arjuna. Arjuna Yuvacha Samnyasham Karmanam Krishna Punaryogam Cha Samshashi Yakshreya Etayorekam Tanme Bruhi Sunischitam. Samnyasham Karmanam Krishna Punaryogam Cha Samshashi Yakshreya Etayorekam Tanme Bruhi Sunischitam. Samnyasham Karmanam Krishna Punaryogam Cha Samshashi Yakshreya Etayorekam Tanme Bruhi Sunischitam.
Okay, just one word is very critical word there. Song, Sasi. Okay, song. You have two shows there, so make sure you kind of like you are separating the pronunciation when you are doing song, 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 Sasi. Song, so the tip of the tongue should be the ceiling of your mouth. Sha. Okay? Shasi. Sang. Sang. Shasi. Okay? We'll try. Okay? We are Bengali. We have lots of problem with this show. Okay? But we will try to our best. Alright? Yeah. And especially if you are Chittagonian, you have problem with the chaw and shaw also. So it's a different accent. It's like a Brooklyn English and also the Queen's English are the different Ayop, yeah, in Brooklyn. Yeah, so, but we'll try. So you can see as prime or as dot there. That is so. It means your tongue, tip of the tongue should be touching to the ceiling of the mouth. Okay? Alright, so. And then you can see the when you say am dot on the top, then you do on. When am dot in the to the bottom of the am, it would be That's a that is that we in Bengali or Sanskrit it's called Hashanto. Hashanto, other one we call it Anushar. Okay, so Sha, try, everyone try. Put the tongue of the tip of the tongue to the, the ceiling of your mouth or the top of your upper kind of like, yeah. So the Sha, okay? And then you have Shang, Sashi, okay? All right? When you call it Shreyoshi, you cannot say Shreyoshi, okay? It has to be Sha, okay? Because Sashta. All right. So, Shang Sashi. All right? Good? Everyone good? Yeah, thumbs up. All right, good. All right, sorry. All right. I think this is the when you can see the two shows are together, then I think that's the area we can practice. So slowly you will get it. You will get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so if we look at the meaning here, it says, Arjuna said, O Krishna, thou praisest in one breath both abandonment of works and communion through their performance. Now tell me with certainty which of them leads to one's good. So here Arjuna is saying, O Krishna, you've praised sannyasa or renunciation of karma. It says, Sannyasam karmanam Krishna. So you have praised it in the 4th chapter, as we have read. And then it says, Punar yogam cha samshasi. And it says, and you also praise karma yoga, doing of actions. Yat shreya etayo ekam. Between the two, which one is more excellent? Tat me bruhi sunishchitam. Tell me that decisively. And that is Arjuna's question. So Arjuna is saying, you have told me that renunciation in chapter 4, but then you also tell me that to do karma yoga. So which one should I do? And that is Arjuna's question here. So we can move on to the next verse. So Sri Krishna starts answering Arjuna's question from this verse. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Samnyasha Karma Yogascha Nistrayasha Kara Bhubho Tayostu Karma Sannyashat Karma Yoga Vishishyate Samnyasha Karma Yogascha Nistrayasha Kara Bhubho Tayostu Karma Samnyasat Karma Yoga Vishishyate Samnyasha Karma Yogascha Nisriyasha Kara Bhubho Tayostu Karma Samnyasat Karma Yoga Vishishyate.
So in this verse, Sri Krishna answers Arjuna's question by saying, both abandonment of works and communion through works lead to liberation. But of them, communion through work excels over abandonment of work. So what's interesting here is that Sri Krishna says that yes, they're both paths to liberation, but Sri Krishna here kind of prescribes the path of work over the abandonment of work. And so we talked about in class how even when you choose not to do work, that's technically doing work, that is still doing karma. So Sri Krishna says instead of doing that, to choose the path of work instead of just leaving behind all your karma. So we'll move on to the 3rd verse then.
Okay. Just on this verse, there's a very nice statement made by Swami Vivekananda. I don't remember exactly the statement, but the meaning of the statement is when you quit the work and when you are working without any attachment, everything you are working driven by the desires or instincts, then you are the full one. Okay. And the second one is if you quit the work but you are thinking of all these things, then you are the fullest one. Okay. So Swamiji also, if you look at the Swami completer, it's very nicely he phrased it. I don't remember his statement exactly right now. he nicely, very much nice, the phrased it very nicely, because that is the time people thought if you work, then you will be bound by the karma. So people, all the sadhu and sannyasi, they tend to go to the forest and do the meditation and all these things. Everyone, qualified one, non-qualified one, maybe in the forest they've created another samsara there. Okay, so still they go to the forest and avoiding all these the duties they had. Okay, so that's why Swamiji was the one is called revolutionary monk. He's the one first time, come up with the idea, the monk, you should work also. You should work hard for the benefit of the world. And you know that this world is unreal, still you have to work. Okay, I think that is the revolutionary one. And exactly you see here, that's the second verse of Bhagavad Gita. His second verse, Sri Krishna, whatever Swamiji did, it exactly what Sri Krishna prescribed. If you look at the clearly, if you look at the whole Bhagavad Gita, it's basically that's the Bhagavad Gita given by Sri Krishna, and it was kind of like materialized by Swamiji in the modern world. Okay, obviously through his action and through his, the followers. Okay, I'm sorry, mother. I'm holding you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
I was actually reading something similar in Swami Ranganathanandaji's version in the Universal Gita. Swamiji was saying that you could go to a forest, live in meditation, live a quiet life, and realize the self. But that is beautiful. But on the other hand, when you hear the cry of distress of like thousands of people who are in like, you should go serve them and make the environment better for them. And he was giving a story by Buddha, where Buddha says that there was, so he was going to around the monastery, and he found this in one of the cell, a monk was suffering from like a disease, and he asked him, oh, did none of your brothers come to help you or look after you? And say, no sir, they were all in meditation. And Buddha himself served him. Then all the other brother monks came slowly, and he asked them, why did you not come to serve this monk? And he was in distress, and the monk said, oh sir, we were all in meditation, and you have taught us meditation. And Buddha says, oh, what a foolish thing. You throw away your meditation. When you see a person in distress, you go and serve him.
See, very harsh way also Swamiji told, three statement he made. I don't remember that one, but Ranganathananji, what he said, basically brought that essence to you, and also the Buddha's story about yelling at his disciples. Okay, and Swamiji also said, when you are meditate, make sure when you are meditating in the Himalaya, the foot of the hills, make sure you had a water pot there. People who are thirsty, make sure you quench that thirst when you are doing the meditation. So yes, the point is work as worship. Okay, so yeah. All right, very good. All right, guys, any question from you guys? So only we three of us talk, right? Sershi, you want to add something?
Not right now, Uncle. Sorry, I don't
Okay.
have anything to add, but I
Okay.
understand, and it's a good
Okay.
lesson for sure.
Yeah, very
Yes.
good, mother. Very good. Yeah, that is so what. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, feel free. Feel free. It's not like feel free to jump in if you have any concern, any kind of like things you want to add. Everyone is reading the different book, right? And you can see the same kind of like teachings were spreaded by the different the different scholars, different the divinely persons. Okay, so like Ranganatanandaji was, explaining his universal Bhagavad Gita. I actually urge you guys, if you can get. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. I was, things got disconnected. Yeah. So I kind of like, whenever you got a chance, let's say in the summer you can start. I think it's a 3 volume or 2 volumes. I don't know in the Bengali, in English, but yeah, I read couple of times. The it's called Vishwadhanin Bhagavad Gita, because it's very very elaborate to bring, especially how to reach out to the modern mind. Yeah, so that's very nice book, Ranganathanandaji's book. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita. All right, go ahead, please. Yeah.
So we'll move on to verse 3 then.
Vedanta Vakkeshu Sadaramanto. Shastra will say, scripture says, Vedanta Vakkeshu. It means all this scriptural, the words, Sada, always Ramantu, discussed with each other. Okay? Sada Ramantu. So, but this is Bhagavad Gita's Vedanto. So, Vedanto Bhakkushu Sada Ramantu. Yeah. All right, mother.
So we'll do verse 3. Neya sa nitya samyashi yo nadeshti na kankshati nirdvando hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchate. Neya sa nitya samyashi yo nadeshti na kankshati nirdvando hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchate. Gneya sa nitya samyashi yo nadeshti na kankshati nirdvando hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchate.
Okay, so Sri Krishna continues here, and he says, O mighty armed one, whoever hates not, nor desires, should be known as one established in renunciation. Indeed, one who is above such contraries is easily liberated from bondage. So if you break it up, so here Sri Krishna brings up the idea of constant sannyasi or nitya sannyasi, as we were saying earlier. And so he's giving the qualities of who is a nitya sannyasi. He says, Yona deshtina kankshati, meaning one who has no hatred for anyone and who is not greedy to possess anything for themselves. That type of person is a karma yogi. And nirdvando, meaning free from the pairs of opposite, as we have discussed in previous chapters, like good, bad, happiness, and misery. And then he says, nirdvando hi mahabaho, meaning his or her mind is steady even in the midst of all these dualities that they're facing. And then it says, sukham bandhat pramuchate, he or she is freed from all this bondage easily. So when one develops this kind of mind, where you're doing work and you're in the middle of problems, and your mind is, but if your mind is trained and it is able to remain calm and steady and face all these challenges that one is facing, that Sri Krishna says such a person is a nitya sannyasi, meaning a constant sannyasi who's established in renunciation. Does anyone want to add anything?
Okay, very nice. So hates not, desire not, and go beyond the, the what do you said? लाभ लोकसान के की बोले?
Gain or loss.
Gain or lose. Okay, go beyond the gain or lose, or pair of opposites, anything, sukho, dukho, all these things. Okay, so what should we start first? Hate not first, desire not first, or go beyond the lose and gain? Which one should we? Should we start? Let's say, as a student, I'm asking you. Okay, you are giving me 3 points now. Okay, to become established in the renunciation. So which one should I start first? Anyone has kind of like question like that? Because there are 3 points here. That way I'm trying to ask a question. So, all right, teachers, which one we should, or these are all complementary? They are 3 of them are what? Interconnected. Basically, you cannot separate them. All right. So look at here. There is a person, is a well-known person, established in Nodeshti. Nodeshti means hates not, or we call it what? Non-violence. All right. Who is that person? Anyone can tell from the student? The established in the world for his not hates not, kind of like. What is the word malice not? That's the thing, right? There's a very nice song also, right? Yeah. Anyone?
I think Riddhi
Yeah.
answered in the chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. The chat box, right? I don't know what happened to my computer. I cannot see it. Someone.
She says Gandhi.
Who said?
Riddhi. Sorry, Ridesh.
Ridesh. Ridita or Ridesh?
Ridesh.
Ridesh. We have Ridesh. Okay. Very good. Mahatma Gandhi. Obviously, we have many people, like, for example, Dr. Martin Luther King, the same way, right? And there are lots of other people also. But if it comes from the hates not, the one of the person's name comes, the Mahatma Gandhi. Karamchand Mohandas Gandhi. So he is the one, ahimsa. So ahimsa is one quality, how it made him so famous. Because that's the key thing, right? When you have ahimsa, what was the root of himsa? What is the root of himsa? The hate. What is the root cause of the hate? Look at that. Desires, right? Desires. What is the root cause of all the fruits, expecting the fruits? Desires. So you can see the root thing is the desire. Desire is the root thing for everything. Kamoesho, krodesho. Your work, your dynamicity, everything is what? Desires. You are choosing over one thing over another thing. You are prioritizing the things. Everything is about your desires. So desires kind of like you. Yeah, so shouldn't you have the desires? Of course we should have the desires. Otherwise, how do you able to work? You must have the desires, but the desires should be in kind of like track. It has to be balancing with your, everything. So that's what it is. Okay, very good, very nice words, right? No, yono desti. Yes.
I wanted to add something. Thinking about like something I was thinking about is like who becomes a sannyasi, right? It's like whether you're living at home or in the market, doing work, it doesn't matter because it's the mind that is the sannyasi. I was
Right,
reminded of Thakur's word, where it's like,
right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why Thakur said, color your mind, not your body and clothing. Okay. Yeah, of course. But Thakur gave asked all the young sannyasin who renounced the monks. They said, yeah, you should color both outside and inside. But for the householder, you color your mind. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, obviously, Thakur prescribed both things. Yeah, not just one thing, because sometimes you need it. Otherwise, you cannot do the collecting the people. You have to collect the people. Okay, to the right path. It's called lokosangraham. For lokosangraham, you not really everyone is very close to you. So whenever you see a person with the robe and the colored kind of like saffron color or divine color clothing, then you can go there. So it's easily collect the people to the to bring them to the right path. Okay, first you need to show up. Yeah, but make sure you are pure enough inside. Inside is very, very important. All right, not the outside trunk of the elephant. If elephant lose the teeth to eat, with this all this trunk will not help him, right? Very nice teeth outside, but that one you cannot eat the food. For eating the food, you need the teeth inside. Okay, so inside is very important. As Aditya mentioned, it's the coloring of the mind. Purification of the mind is most important. That's the first thing. All right. So desire has to remove from the mind. Okay. Desire for the worldly thing. Yeah. All right. Good. You're going slow pace. Yeah. I'm learning, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for giving me this opportunity.
Okay, next verse.
Yes.
So it says, शम्ख्ययोगो पृथग्बाला प्रवदन्ति न पण्डितः एकमप्यस्थिता सम्यग् उभयोर्विन्दते फलम् शम्ख्ययोगो पृथग्बाला प्रवदन्ति न पण्डितः एकमप्यस्थिता सम्यग् उभयोर्विन्दते फलम् संख्ययोगो पृथग्बाला प्रवदन्ति न पण्डितः एकमप्यस्थिता सम्यग् उभयोर्विन्दते फलम्.
Here it says, it is only the childish and not the wise that speak of samkhya, or knowledge accompanied by abandonment of work, and yoga, or communion through detached and dedicated work, as different. A person well established in even one of these attains the end that is the common goal of both. That is, in the means they employ, they look different, but their end or ultimate purpose is identical. So here it's saying that there's the two paths of Samkhya, and then there's Karma Yoga. And even though if a person chooses to go on the path of Samkhya Yoga or Karma Yoga, they eventually end up in the same spot. So they end up at the same common goal. Even though the two paths might be different, they all end up at the same common goal that both paths are trying to achieve. So Sri Krishna here is saying that it's not wise to speak of them as like two different paths because they all end up at the same spot. And I think one specific part that I found important was for karma yoga, it has to be communion through detached and dedicated work. So that brings in the idea of like working as worship, because when you don't attach yourself to like the fruits of your actions and you kind of work as taking that karma as your work, that as your duty, you detach from kind of the desire or kind of the attachment that you want to see for the fruits of your actions. So you don't attach yourself to the outcome.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, very nice. I'm sorry, I'm putting because I try to enjoy it. So much you are talking about these things. It's so much. So yes, love for the sake of love, love for the sake of love, work for the sake of work. Your passion is in the work, not in the fruits of the work, because you don't care, right? So you don't have any sankalpa. You don't have any the arambo. Arambo means sankalpa. Okay, on arambo you are on arambo. Nothing. You are ongoing. You are helping, or you are trying to work there. Okay, two things here you can see here. One word is the bala. Bala means what? You can see here the children, and that's children have the two types of the action. One is we call it childlike, other one is what? Childish. Okay, so childish is the one not very acceptable one. Okay, childish one, childish conduct, childlike conduct, which is a good one. Because Thakur Sri Ramakrishna always, you can find many places, he said, act like a bala, children. So why he said it's called Balok Sulup in Bengali is basically, he said childlike work is so divine. Like what you are doing right now is childlike, okay? The Bala. So especially those who are foolish, those who are these are the people always try to differentiate between karma and bhakti. Like a lot of people, they spend a lot of time, which one is the bigger? The Shiva Baro, Neke Kali Baro, Neke Krishna Baro, which one is bigger? They spend their, I think, half of the life to find the answer. So there was a very nice incident in Sri Ramakrishna, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. There was a scholar, Padmalochan. He was the scholar of the King Bardhaman that time. Bardhaman, the Rajar Pandit chilo se scholar court. What do you say? What do you call it in English? Courtier? Yes, yeah. So he was the one. So one day he had met Thakur. So one day Thakur was referring to him. So many people, they have the fight in the many scholars, they are fighting each other. Either Ram is superior to Shiva. Who is superior, Shiva or Ram? So of course the quarrel came to the king. That time king doesn't, all the kings, they are just listening all these things. Okay. So king said, okay, we have the scholar. Let's ask him to find it out. So everyone was kind of like waiting, for Padmalochan's, he was the scholar. What he said, what is his statement, or what is kind of like judgment, which one is the superior or mightier. Then he said, guys, my 14th generation never had seen Shiva and Rama. So I don't know which one is mightier, okay? My 14th generation, not me. My father, my grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, 14th generation, it never, they had seen both of them. And so I don't know which one is the mightier. We have the fight, Kali and Krishna. Which one is the mightier? Which one we should go? That's the foolish thing. That's the foolish thing. It's like you have the animal cookies, right? And you have shark, you have elephant. Now you're fighting. My cookies is mightier than you. All right? But that's a foolish thing. Because it's the same thing, different manifestation. Sat Chit Anando Namo Rupo Bhedo. Sat Chit Anando Namo Rupo Bhedo. Osti Bhati Priyo Namo Rupo Bhedo. Okay? Asti means Sat, existence. Bhati means alo, knowledge. Priyo means Anando. Priyo ke dear ke pele kidone Anando. Anando. Okay, bliss. And Nama Rupa Bhedo. Different names, different form. These are the same thing. So when the same thing we fight, now some scholars fighting which one is the better path, Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga, denouncing. So that's why it says Shankha Yoga, Pritak Bala. When who are talking about this is different, the Bala, all the children foolish, okay? Then Pravadanti, this is another word, very nice word. This is so nice about. Vadanti means what? Saying. Pravadanti means what? Prakrishtarupa saying. It with assurance. With that they experimented it. That's why they can say it. It's not easy, it's with the experimental result. It's like a peer reviewed. Okay? That's the Pravadanti, okay? Right? Some of the information we want to get to the peer-reviewed journal articles, right? It was already tested by the experts, and they had seen it. That's why it's called Prabodhantina Pandita. Pandita jakon bolte Pandita, Pandita means scholar, Pandita means all the Pandita. Okay? The plural Pandita. Shankha Yoga Pitakavala Prabodhantina Pandita. Ekamapya sthito sammak ubhayor vindate phalam. If you take one, other will be fulfilled. Okay? You practice ahimsa, slowly you can see the asteya will be fulfilled. Asteya means churinakora. Truth will be fulfilled. Truthfulness will be fulfilled. So you take one. Take one idea. Swamiji said, stay with it, leave that, and then you will find the goal. Okay? Just one idea. Take one idea and stay with it. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. You see here? So nice. Yeah. So, yeah,
Uncle,
it's very. Yes, go ahead.
I have to go to the doctor,
Yes,
right?
Mayuk, I understand. Yeah, I respond to you. Good luck on your doctor visit, okay? Very
Okay.
good, Mayuk. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you learn it, right, Mayuk? Yes, very good. Sorry. Okay, you guys can go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, you can stay with one verse longer time. It's meditating. You're meditating. Oh, one thing I want to say about that. Yeah, go back again. Yeah, that's very nice story. I want to, probably you heard from me or heard from others. So what does it mean work for the sake of work? What does it mean love for the sake of love? It means, give me the story about one of the sadhu or monk. He was taking the bath in the river. So river, you know the stream, the little stream. So water is flowing there always. So he found a scorpion, okay, the floating and trying to, because it cannot swim, right? So he tried to survive. So he took the water with the handful of water with the scorpion and tried to throw it out in the bank, on the bank basically. So he had to kind of like walk little bit. So when he was walking, and the water fell down, and scorpion get the touch of the skin, and it stings. So he got so, it's the how the painful it is. So he kind of like dropped it again in the water. Again he was trying. So one person, a smart person, was sitting there on the bank, and he was watching it. He said, "How foolish this monk is." Then he said, "Hello, what's going on? I have been watching these things, and you are trying to save little creatures, which is kind of like biting you always, and still you are trying to do it." He said, "Yes, because the moment he bites it, it bites me, it reminds me about my nature, true nature. Because he is not quitting his nature. Because he is doing everything for the sake of his nature. This is how it is. Because once he touches the soft tissues, he stings. That's his nature. So as a human being, to save the creatures is my nature. So why should I quit?" Okay. So it's not like it will bite you, or it will sting you, or it will you do the work. when you মানুষের উপকার করলে দুঃখ পাবে, উপকার করো। বুঝতে পারছো? মানুষের উপকার করলে কি হবে? দুঃখ পাবে। কিন্তু তুমি কি করবে? উপকার করো, because that should be your true nature. And if you have that kind of like things, can you think about your any desire or any fruits there? Because you love, you are like an instrument. আমি যন্ত্র, তুমি যন্ত্রী, যেমনি বাজাও তেমনি বাজি। হ্যাঁ, দেখে হারমোনিয়ামকে একটু বাঁকা করে দিলে হারমোনিয়ামটা বাজবে না ঐশ্বরী। হ্যাঁ, তুমি এভাবে কেন রেখেছো, একটু আরাম জায়গায় রাখতে পারোনি আমাকে, তাহলে আজকে আমি বাজবো না, সেটা নয়। যেহেতু ওটা হচ্ছে ওর ধর্ম, ওটা হচ্ছে ওর ট্রু নেচার, ও বাজবেই। তুমি হাওয়া যখন দেবে ও বাজবে, ও ওইভাবেই মেড আপ। সো লেটস ট্রাই টু মেক আওয়ারসেলফ, গ্রো আওয়ারসেলফ দ্যাট ওয়ে। ফার্স্ট গেট রেডি, অধিকারী ভব। ফার্স্ট কি? অধিকারী বাবু। দেন কর্মণ্যধিকারস্তে মা ফলেষু কদাচন। আগে অধিকারী বাবু, ফার্স্ট কোয়ালিফাই ফর দিস থিংস, গেট রেডি, কোয়ালিফাই। অলরাইট? ওই সময় অধিকারী হওয়ার সময় অন্য সবকিছু বাদ। আমি কি অধিকারী হব সেটা হব, যেহেতু এই কর্মটা আমি করব, আমাকে দিয়ে ঠাকুর করাবে। অলরাইট? Fourth verse, okay, fifth verse. What time is it now? Am I disturbing you guys? I can quit, okay? Yeah, okay, mother. Yeah, I cannot. I was trying to. I was about to step out, but it's so fascinating when you are talking about this thing. So nice to hear from you guys.
No,
Yeah.
it's good, Uncle, because it's usually Oshuri and I talking to each other the whole class.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, also, our Shagnik, and then Seoshi, then Suparno. You guys should participate. Aditya, Sudipta, you should participate if you have anything. The only thing you could participate when you read it, study it. Without a study, you cannot participate. Okay, it's very difficult to participate. Okay. All right, Sadvik, he's very, very excited. I can see. Smiling face. At least he's listening it. Yeah, that's what it is. Right, Sadvik? You are listening, right? Right? Sadvik? Okay. Remember all this story. You'll have a huge fun in the in upcoming retreat. Okay. We'll have lots of fun with that story. Everything is about a story. Then you will be given the questions to answer. Which chapter is relevant to that story? And those are the things. Everything will be fun. Okay, and instantly you will become the winner. Okay, all right. Go ahead, mother. Next one.
Okay, so verse 5. Yat samkhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairopi gamyate ekam samkhyam cha yogam cha ya pashyati sapashyati. Yat samkhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairopi gamyate ekam samkhyam cha yogam cha ya pashyati sapashyati. Yat samkhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairopi gamyate ekam samkhyam cha yogam cha ya pashyati sapashyati.
Okay, so once again, Sri Krishna stresses the same idea. So it says, the state which one attains by Shamkya, that same state is attained by yoga too. He who sees both Shamkya and yoga as one sees indeed. So you can ask, oh, what is yoga? What is Shamkya? They're really one. There's no difference between the two. And Sri Krishna is saying that is the real understanding. So that in reality is seeing the truth, if you see that there is no difference between the two. And then Sri Krishna says in the second part, Ekam Shamkyam cha yogam cha ya pashyati sapashyati. So yoga and Shamkya are one and the same, Sri Krishna says. So renunciation of action and trying to get samadhi in, let's say, some cave or mountain, and also doing action in society in the spirit of karma yoga, with detachment, and in the spirit of service and dedication, both are the same. Sri Krishna is once again emphasizing both are the same, and they lead you to the same goal. And Sri Krishna once again clarifies and says, don't worry, both will lead you to the same goal. So, yeah.
Okay, another one, beautiful verse. You see how very nice. You see, the moment every time I hear it, I listen it. It's kind of a different vibe. So it will take you to the different directions, positive directions. Okay. So here you can see what Sri Krishna gave the great teachings in the battlefield. In the battlefield. Look at here. All these things happened in the what? Battlefield. Everyone's already the blew the conch and everything. The war was about to be started. How chaotic, kind of like the place. But Sri Krishna was serene and quiet, calm, and giving the greatest teachings for the eternal teachings to the world through his the warrior Arjuna. Okay, and that teachings Swamiji took very quickly. What is that? The motto of Sri Ramakrishna Mission. What is that? Atmano moksharto jagat hitayocho. Atmano moksharto jagat hitayocho. So yes, seek for your liberation, attainment, but make sure you are working for the world. Wherever you are, make sure you are contributing to the world. You are the one who is facilitating the cycles to be completed. There are many cycles, those who are in the science, right? Hydrologic cycles, carbon cycles. Every element has its cycles. And that cycles, you are actually working, helping to fulfill that cycles. If you interrupt it, you are doing the Nishiddha karma. Okay? If you interrupt it, US interrupted it, lots of developed countries interrupted it at one time. That's the Nishiddha karma, and you see the fruits of the Nishiddha karma right now. Right? Global warming. Think about all these things. I'm getting into the environmental science, but that's what it is. The cycle. Yagna means cycle. Okay? Fulfilling the cycle. Okay? Ishtan Bogan Hibo Deva, Dashanta Yagna Bhavita, Tadhyana Pradayabhyo Yo Bhunkte Sayevasho. Steno Sayevasho. It's চোর বলছে টিপ শ্রীকৃষ্ণ বলতে টিপ যারা এই যজ্ঞের মধ্যে সাইকেলের মধ্যে যারা পার্টিসিপেট করে না হ্যাঁ দুই রকমের টিপ আছে একটা হচ্ছে চুরি করে অলসী আর যারা রজগুণী তারা কি করে নিজের ফুলফিল ইন্টারাপ্ট করার জন্য আসে হ্যাঁ সো দুটোই হচ্ছে মারাত্মক তো এখানে বলছে very nicely you can see there how the the Swamiji brought that kind of idea to Ramakrishna Mission. That was the revolutionary work for the monastery. You cannot find any monastery before Swamiji started it. Now, every monastery, they have their own mission, right? They are doing lots of philanthropic work, charitable work. But Swamiji was the one first started. That's why all the blame had to take. When Swamiji, the left the body, there was only a small page in the newspaper. Even the Kolkata newspaper, in the corner of the page, it says, okay, Swamiji left his body. And very, very, the harsh way they explained it within a couple of sentences. That was Swamiji. But does he care? Years to come, thousands of years to come, people will start to understand Swamiji, what he did. He basically embodied Bhagavad Gita. Okay? I should not say embodied. Embodied is Ramakrishna because and he is the one is the materialize it. Okay, the whole Trinity. All right. Yeah, it's not like because I am. Everyone has to accept it at one point. Okay, so Atmano Moksharta Jagatita. Sadvik, what makes you so laughing? Tell me. Okay. Talk about now. I don't want to just barely see your laughing, but tell me about something. Tell me why you are laughing. If you cannot explain why you are laughing, then it's a problem. Because I have a very nice story about the laughing without reason. I told you one time, right? One person had to go to jail because of the laughing without reason. You have to have a reason for laughing. Tell me, or smiling. Sadvik, tell me. Yes, turn on your microphone. Hello? Yes. Yes, go ahead. We want to share your excitement. So you'll be happy to see it. Shagnik, can you turn on your microphone? Yes, Sadvik, I want to hear from him. Yeah, we are excited. We are talking, three of us. We are going to get another voice. When you are laughing, you are muted. You cannot even hear your laughing, so we want to see. Yeah, tell me. Satyam Badho. You see now? When I asked him, he's quiet now. Okay? Always don't mess with the L and R. R and L. Right and left, right? Right and left, right? One is the left, one is the right. So if you make you have especially when you are driving the car by the gully, on the gully of the Pacific Ocean, down there is the Pacific Ocean. If you, instead of you are making the left turn, if you make the right turn, where your car would be? In the Pacific, right? So right and left. When you pray, don't play. Do not replace R with the L. And when you play, don't pray, don't cry. Okay? So make sure that, yeah, that's the thing, right and left. So L and R, these two letters always remember. So discipline is the foremost thing in the attentiveness, discipline for most things for the spiritual life and also the secular life. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is very, very important. Ekagrata. Everywhere. Practice it. That would be your skills and you could use it for your study. Whenever it comes, you need the mindfulness. Yes, because you know that you have the training of the mindfulness. So you can use it. You just turn your mind towards there because you are ready. Okay? The one of the Wall Street giant could become a great spiritual leader with a very short time if he changed his mind towards there. Okay? That's why in the Ramakrishna mission, they interview you if you want to become the monk. All right? Okay, what is your grade? If you are not a brilliant boy, brilliant means everyone is brilliant. But if you are not the attentive one, it's not very worthy. And if you are not the healthy person, it is not the worthy. Because how do you able to help the other people? And Swamiji one time rejected many children. They want to become the monk. Then Swamiji said, go back home, okay? Go back home. So you must have, I can tell you one of the practical story about the true incident. In one of my junior brother in my area in the village. So we have two monks, Ramakrishna monk. So he is a brilliant student. Every class he was a topper, but he had bronchitis. So chronic bronchitis he had. So he wanted to become the monk of the Ramakrishna order. He wanted to join the Ramakrishna order. And Bhutishananda was traveling that time. I'm talking about 1987. Okay? 1987. So Bhutishananda was the president, vice president that time. No, I'm talking about 87. That was time he was the vice president. So he was vice president, he was traveling Chittagong, and then the boy approached, and we had an uncle, okay? So he was the Rakhal, the Kaka. He was the one communicating everyone. He said, Ratan, bring him. So I brought him, so dedicated boy, okay? And he was a topper, but he had the chronic. And Bhutishananda said, no, you cannot join the order. Why? He's a pure one. No, because he's a weak one. We have to work. We have to do a lot of work, relief work for the people. I think you should do wherever you are, and you try to serve the people. And he could not become the monk. Okay? So look at here, that to become a true monk, those who you see obviously all other orders also with the respect to the other orders, especially in the Ramakrishna mission, these are not the ordinary mango. These are the first mango from the healthy tree. It was preserved to become the monk. It's not easy. So why? So that is how you have to grow. All right. Sorry about that. Nobody wants to talk to us. Okay? Nobody wants to talk to us. Scared guys? Or you guys scared to me or scared to or always is kind of like this? Always? Yeah. So yeah, make sure you engaged yourself. That's very good thing. Maybe we could do, I think the reason it could be you are the one starting the new things, so they are absorbing it. Maybe we can in the in-person class we start the new verses, and then next time they can discuss with you guys. How about that? Okay? All right. I think we'll do that. At least we'll read out. Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's very difficult to continue 10 verses for within 2 hours. But you are doing great job. Thank you, mother. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry about that. All right, Sadhbik, come up with the next time. Yeah, I do not want to spend the time with telling you the story about the without reason. Do not do anything. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I think one thing I was thinking about when I was reading Arjuna's question in the beginning was like when I first read it, I felt like Arjuna's question did not make sense. Like he was saying, is Jnana Yoga better or Karma Yoga better?
Right.
And it felt like you can't really choose one or the other. But
Yeah.
so I was wondering if this explanation could work. Like, um, I think Arjuna was probably trying to ask this idea related to like being a grihastha or a sannyasi, because I feel like he was saying that like, oh, if I could get enlightenment by being a sannyasi, why should I do this or do the fight the war and be a grihastha? Is it not an easier path to just be a monk and for beg for food and all that?
Yeah, very, very nice way to think about that. Yes, that could be, we don't know what's the Arjuna's mind, right? So what was going on there? But one thing for sure, he was looking for the best one. That is for sure. Sreyo. Arjuna wants for the Sreyo. Because the scripture says, go for the Sreyo, not for the Payo. Prayo or Sreyo, two things. Sreyo means the best one. The Prayo means you will get something, you may lose again. Okay? So you may lose again. But once you get the Sreyo, that's it. So I think that was his goal, and he's trying to see, this is Arjuna, Shankara, Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, all these things, they bring their mind to the level of the jiva for us. Not necessarily, you should not, because all this action and their birth is divinely. They are divinely. They are doing, they becoming Raja, become the Fakir to do just the Obhinoy করার জন্য, for the sake of the drama, they are doing it. So maybe that could be he just brought his mind to the level of the householder people, and then see which path leads to them to the ultimate kind of like goal. All right, or that it will leads to the okay. I think you are right also, and you may not be right also. Okay, because two answers, because you cannot limit the idea or the explanation of their questions in one thing. It's a state of your mind, right? 10 years ago, when you were reading same verse, you have the different state of your mind. Now you have the different one coming up, and slowly, because it's a infinite meaning. The word of the Bhagavan, because তিনি বাণী রূপে আছেন. He is in the Bhagavad Gita. He is infinite, Anantam. Okay, so and his word also Anantam. All right, Sadhbik, are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, say it very nice. I want to hear your voice a little bit. Say at least okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You see? Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so we'll go on to verse 6. Um, I'll chant it and you chant it after me, okay? Samnyachastu mahabaho dukkhamaptu mayogataha yoga-yukto munir-brahma nachirena digacchati. Samnyachastu mahabaho dukkhamaptu mayogataha yoga-yukto munir-brahma nachirena digacchati. Samnyashastु mahabaho dukkhamaptu mayogataha yoga-yukto munir-brahma nachirena digacchati.
So here Sri Krishna says, O mighty armed Arjuna, true abandonment of work, which the discipline of Samkhya implies, is difficult to practice for one who is not accomplished in the yoga discipline of detached work. But the sage accomplished in yoga attains to Brahman, renunciation in no long time. I have a quick question about this verse. So instead of thinking of yoga as a separate path from Samkhya, do we consider yoga as like the first step to achieve Samkhya? Because if you're not established in like yoga and detached work, Sri Krishna says that it's not possible to it's hard for someone who is trying to follow Samkhya if they don't have that discipline. So is yoga kind of like a step before Samkhya?
Yeah, anyone? Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I'm having some problem with the. I hope you can hear me. It's kind of like frozen the screen. So yes, very good question. Yeah. Yes, go ahead. Anyone can tell?
that's also what I was thinking when I read the verse. Cause I was like, I thought Sri Krishna was saying that, oh, real sannyasa, like renunciation of action, cannot come without the perfection of yoga. So, in that sense, I was thinking that you must be able to perfect the yoga in order to be able to have the renunciation of action.
Yeah, I think that's what is. Yeah, very nice. That's what actually Swamiji statement strictly talk about. If you look at the, that's why he kind of like curse the people who are just trying to not to work, okay, and get to the forest and try to get the liberation, okay. It's in modern world. Okay, now if you look at this one of the verse I remember from the chapter 4, it says sarva okhilam karmo jnane puri samapyate, right? Sarvang, I don't remember the words now. Sarva akhilam karma jnani puri samapyate. I think it's chapter 4. So, so this verse actually, you can see now how much emphasis Sri Krishna was given to the karma, right? Because some people you can see they straight go to the forest, living in the cave, and get the liberation right away. So what you are looking at their life, you are looking at the window of a life, the time of window. Maybe the past years they did all the karma, okay, all the karma and nishkam karma. And this year They just straight go to the nirvana. Okay, so that's the one thing. But how do you convince? How do you convince the people that it's very tough one, because unless you do the work, you cannot get rid of bondage of the work. A mother said, কর্ম করতে করতে তুমি কর্মবন্ধন থেকে মুক্ত হও। কর্ম না কারণ you cannot quit the কর্ম। নহি কশ্চিৎ সনমপি নহি কশ্চিৎ সনমপি তিষ্ঠত্য অকর্মকৃত, right? You cannot live one moment without the work. So you are working. So that's why these are all these things, as Aditya said, Arjuna brought himself to the level of us to ask the question, what is our kind of like we should do? Maybe you can find this verse, you the same thing for the same questions, you will find that different answer from Sri Krishna when you read the Uddhava Gita. When you go to the Uddhava Gita, there is another Gita. It's Uddhava. Many Gitas are there. You have Vyadu Gita, Uddhava Gita, so lots of Gitas. So Uddhava Gita, Uddhava was the dearest disciple of Sri Krishna, not the Arjuna. Uddhava was the dearest disciple of Sri Krishna. Have you heard about Uddhava before? Uddhava? No? Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. So the Uddhava is very nice Bhagavad Gita, and it's a great Bhagavad Gita, okay? And it's all about the Sankhya Yoga, Jnana Yoga, okay? So if Uddhava asks this question, he would give the different answers. Because Uddhava were asking the question in the state of the mind where is the absolutely pure mind. All right? But for us, yes, we have to take it granted that we really have to work in order to get to the Jnana Yoga. Sarva Okilam, did you find that verse? Sarva Okilam Karma Jnane Parisamapyate, right? So all the works, basically look at here, you need the experience. So you need the experience, and experience comes from the work. Experience always comes from the work, okay? So
I think it's verse 33 of chapter 4.
verse 33, okay, yeah. So yeah, my screen kind of like I can see only 3 of you. I cannot see anything here, and verse also. So something happened to my computer. But it's good that it's allowing me to hear you and also listen you, and you can hear me. Does it make sense? There's no firm answer, but this is something I was thinking to my mind, this is something could happen, because you might have the different answer when you see the other Bhagavad Gita from the same question, depending on who is receiving the question and who is receiving the answer, basically who is receiving the answer and which group actually. If you look at here, there's a very nice one, is some of the monastery here in our Bengal, they don't read Bhagavad Gita, okay? So one group is complaining, how come they are not reading the Bhagavad Gita? They are not respecting Bhagavad Gita. I said, what is your problem? So they are not respecting. Who said they are not respecting Bhagavad Gita? They are not reading. Oh, they are not encouraging their the disciples or followers to read the Bhagavad Gita. What they are encouraging? Oh, they are Akanda Samhita. Look at the Akanda Samhita. What does it say? When I read the Akanda Samhita, it's nothing but Bhagavad Gita. It's nothing but the Bhagavad Gita. That's how it is. Because this group, They cannot digest the Bhagavad Gita probably. That's why he was thinking about, okay, so everything you give, everything falls in the Bhagavad Gita. Gita, Sugita. Gita, Sugita, Kim or not. You don't need any other scriptures. Everything will fall into the Bhagavad Gita. এই রাম ঠাকুরের বই পড়ো, বেদবাণী, অখণ্ড সংহিতা পড়ো, তারপর আরেকটা স্বামীনারায়ণের বই পড়ো, সব কি ভগবত গীতা। বিকজ ইজ সেম গড, একই ছাদ, বারবার সেই এক ছাদ বারবার করে আসছে। মা বলছে একই ছাদ বারবার। গত পূর্ণিমাতে যেটা দেখেছো সেই একই চাঁদ আবার এই পূর্ণিমাতেই দেখছো। একই চাঁদ বারবার। Depending on which part of the mind, which part of the earth, planet earth you are, that's how you can see the moon, whether it is fraction, partial or full, depending on your position. You change your position, you will see the complete moon always. Okay, এখানে পূর্ণিমা, আবার কালকে শিকাগোতে পূর্ণিমা। যাও শিকাগোতে ফ্লাই করে, প্রতি রাতেই তোমার পূর্ণিমা। Every night is your পূর্ণিমা, but you have to proceed. একই চাঁদ বারবার মা। Okay, sorry.
Okay, so we'll go to verse 7. Yoga yukta vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvanapi na lipyate. Yoga yukta vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvanapi na lipyate. Yoga
Yoga
yukta
yukta
vishuddhatma
vishuddhatma.
vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvanopi na lipyate.
Okay, before just go for the explanation, just look at the word Vishuddhatma. Okay, Vishuddhatma. So you have to put you cannot go Vishuddhatma. It's a Vishuddh. It's clearly Vishuddhatma. Okay, Vishuddhatma. Okay, so daido. So you press little bit. Yoga yukto Vishuddhatma vijitam jitendriyaha. Okay. All right, go ahead now.
Okay, so here it says, one who is established in selfless and detached action, who is pure, whose mind and senses are under control, and whose self is identified with the self of all, he is never bound, though he be engaged in work.
Right.
So here Sri Krishna is giving more qualities. He says yoga yukto, one who is well established in this karma yoga. And then vishuddhatma, pure in mind. Vijitatma, one who has conquered the body. Then jitendriya, one who has conquered one's sensory systems and organs. Such a person who has used, let's say, in their various life situations, these qualities, then to achieve these, there's like sarva bhutatma bhutatma, one who feels oneself like identifies with self of all, like spiritually one with all does not feel that he or she is being like confined to this body, or but more so that they become expanded and feel one with all. So it's a sarva bhutatma bhutatma. It means that you are identifying with all. So till now you were like an isolated individual who are only think about one's wellness or your development, but now you're more aligned with others, like how are they feeling, the joy of others is your own joy. Their suffering is your suffering. And Sri Krishna says this is one way to kind of realize the truth. So Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, such a person, Kurvanapi Nalipyate. He says even though he or she constantly performs action, they're not tainted or they're not bound by the work they're doing.
Yeah, karmani akarmapashyat. Right? They are see action, see inaction in action. Basically, even they are. Okay, next one. Yeah, we don't have much time, I can see.
Oshri, how do you want to do this? Do you want to do both chanting and then we can kind of fill in the meaning? Okay.
Yeah, like you can do like both the verses
First,
and then yeah, we can like connect.
you want me to do both the verse?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तमन्ये तत्त्ववित् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् अस्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तमन्येत तत्त्ववित् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् अस्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रान् अस्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन्. Okay, then we'll also do verse 9 and then we'll discuss the meaning together.
Okay, just 1 second. This verse is very good to practice the shaw. Okay. All right. So you guys, yeah. This is the verse we were given one. I remember from my childhood. Okay, this verse, try to practice it. Pashan, Shinnan, Sashan, Sprishan, Jignan, Asnan, Gassan, all these things, all right? All the activities, okay? Yeah, all the activities of the senses, different senses, okay? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, we're still working on that. So the next verse, Pralapan visrijan grenan unmisham nimishanapi indriyanindriyarteshu vartanta iti dharyayan. Pralapan visrijan grenan unmishan nimishanapi indriyanindriyarteshu Vartanta iti dharayan Pralapan visrijan grenan Unmisham nimishanapi Indriyarteshu Vartanta iti dharayan.
Okay, very nice. You can see it here. All the shaw, different shaw you have, right? You said say unmishon, shon. Go to your tongue of the tip of the tongue inside, inside the throat. Shong, okay, shong, shong, and song. Okay, so you can. I think these two verses will give you the opportunity to practice all the shaw, and saw. Okay, all right, go ahead. Very nice.
So in this verse, Sri Krishna says, I the self do
Okay, guys, pranam from me. Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity to be part of your class. Thank you so much. So I have to leave now. Okay, and I'll see you next week, God willing. Jai Mata.
So in this verse, Sri Krishna says, I, the self, do not. Only the senses are occupied with their objects. This should be the conviction of one who is detached in action and established in the truth, that he is the Atman, even while seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, conversing, holding, walking, giving up, winking, and even sleeping. So here Sri Krishna is giving examples of the actions that we see that we do in our daily lives, and how an individual who understands that the Atman is separate from all of these actions and whatever fruits of actions come from these actions, when they understand truly the difference between the two, that's when they understand the true the true yoga. So it also reminds me of when we talked about Prakriti and Purusha. So Purusha is the Atman. Prakriti is basically built up of the three gunas. All of the actions that we do and all of the things that our senses interact with are things that the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, bring about. So understanding the difference between the Atman, because it's not the Atman who's like impacted by the three gunas, it's Prakriti that's bringing about these three gunas that our sense objects interact with. So when you understand the difference between the two, that's when you see the divide between like Prakriti and Purusha, or the Atman, and the actions that we do. Do any of you guys want to add on? Agree, disagree? Okay, I guess not. So should we move on? Do you want to add anything, Adrita?
No.
Okay.
I think one thing is to kind of, I mean, it's kind of common sense, I guess, like what each of, like, passion, what does that mean? Like sparsham, what does that mean? Chikran, and then like going through each of the words, what they mean, like shwasan is like I guess you could kind of see a lot of the Bengali like words here, but it's kind of good to sit down. Who knows, maybe you might be asked something along this line in the near future, but I think that kind of is a good way to that's kind of like half of the verses if you think about it. And then try to connect it to back to what they're saying, like what the meaning of the whole verse is. Okay. Yeah. So last verse. Oh, we're on time. Okay. Let's do this.
So verse 10. ब्रह्मणध्याय कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवंहसा. ब्रह्मण्यधाय कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवंहसा. ब्रह्मणधाय कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवंहसा.
Yes, so here it says, one who resigns all his actions to Brahma and works without any personal attachments is not soiled by sin. And Sri Krishna gives a beautiful metaphor here to kind of explain what he's saying by not soiled by sin. So it says, as a lotus leaf is not wetted by water. So if you've ever seen a lotus leaf, the water droplets are on the top, right? And they kind of like glide or slide off the leaf, right? You can go into the science of it, but not right now, I guess. Yeah, so that's one of the examples. And this, you can kind of connect it back to verse 24 of chapter 4 of Brahmarpanam Brahma Huvi Brahmaknu Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva Tina Gantavyam Brahma Brahma Samadhina. of how everything is given back to Brahma, right? And yeah, so even if you like dip a lotus leaf in water and you bring it out again, it's never wet, right? Because all the water is gone by the time you pull it up, and it all just glides off. So if you are able to resign all your actions to Brahma, and not Brahma as in like the deity Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, but Brahman, right? Like you guys understand the distinction, right? Okay, because once you resign all your actions to Brahman, then and work without any personal attachment, then you will not be soiled by any sin. You'll basically be a lotus leaf. Um, yeah. So that kind of wraps it up for, for today. In terms of verses, very fruitful discussion, guys. Um, yeah, very fruitful discussion with like the three of us and like y'all there. But it will be great if you guys actually just like sit down with the verses like the night before works too. I get it. It's hard, but like Friday night, like 10-20 minutes, just like read through the meaning, right? And then you never know, like sometimes I just like read the meaning and like and everyone's talking, I'm like, oh yeah, that connection. Like, you know, it'll come up. Like if you have a general idea of what the verses are about. But easier said than done, I know, but just try. Just try to take a few minutes out of your schedule. Um, it'll be for your good. Yeah, so that is it for the first 10 verses. How many verses are in chapter 5, guys? Anyone know?
29.
29. So, on the shorter side of things. Um, so yeah, about 3 classes. That's all it'll take, and then we'll be done. But I don't know if that's exciting, but yeah. So, concluding prayer?
No.
Yes, concluding prayer and then attendance. Okay? Someone reminded me. And then we'll do attendance. Yeah, and that'll be it for today. So, who wants to do concluding prayer? Do we not have slides this week? It's about 11 right now. If you guys want to do slides, I'm kidding. No. The plan, I think, should be that since we are doing new verses that day, we just that's what Uncle was saying. Like if we do it in person, then on the online classes you guys would be the ones talking, like doing the presentations or discussion. So I guess maybe I don't know about next week, but like the following week you guys won't be the ones with what do you call it, presentations. We'll let you know in the email. If you guys do presentations, I will send out an email, or Uncle will send out an email a few days beforehand. So you'll have like 3 to 4 days to prepare something. Does that sound good? Yes? Okay. Lit. Yeah, so no slides for today, but we will be doing our concluding prayer.
Yeah. Let's have someone who hasn't, like, who doesn't, like, do concluding prayer, like, who hasn't participated today. Um, let's see. Okay, Ganesha and Ginita and Oishani, you already participated today, so not today. Diddley, can you do it?
Sure. Could you just put it like, could you share
Yeah.
your screen?
Let me just pull it up. Right there.
Bhumi Mangalam, Udaka Mangalam, Udaka Mangalam, Agni Mangalam, Vayu Mangalam, Gagana Mangalam, Surya Mangalam, Chandra Mangalam, Deha Mangalam, Manu Mangalam, Jiva Mangalam, Atma Mangalam, Sarva Mangalam, Bhavatu. Sarvamangalam bhavatu bhavatu bhavatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimacharnarvanamastu.